starting the markets in 4 seconds. But this morning, after the policy continuity assurance, the markets are starting off flat. And this has got to do with the fact that one, that the markets have had a really good move in the recent past. Two, the global markets are now waiting for the FOMC outcome tomorrow. NIFTY Bank about 1/3% lower, and I think that's the principal drag. Mid caps though higher, and small caps, which were very active yesterday, also higher in trade. Wonder if Nifty IT is sulking much like what it did yesterday. Maybe not. Maybe not, because banks are down. Something needs to show the index up for it to be flat. Let's get the heat map up on the screen and show you what's moving and what's not. So even Stevens actually, while we are flattish, what's pulling off? I think ICICI Bank being lower is the key reason why, maybe coupled with Axis Bank, that the markets are flattish. HDFC Bank to about 0.5%. So it's the banks which is the reason why the indices are dragging a bit. Leave banks out, we might have been better. ONGC's up. Actually, PSUs are not doing all that bad. ONGC, NTPC, there is Power Grid, there is Coal India. So I think those set of stocks are doing okay. NTPC, of course, up 1.5% yet again. Mahindra & Mahindra was losing out yesterday. I think it's just come back a little bit, but moving around. Nestle is the other interesting one. Yesterday was a big mover, today too in the green. Britannia coming out in the green. I wonder if the market senses something around, staples and some measures out there, because clearly 2 days on a trot now we've had some of the FMCG names do well. But as we speak, it's essentially about the oil upstream names, ONGC, maybe Oil India too could be in the green, by the way. And the companies which get negatively impacted because of a crude uptick, Asian Paints, BPCL, etc., along with banks being in the red, Tamanna.
Yeah, absolutely. Perhaps the first decision on the next installment of the Kisan Nidhi Samman, also seeing that uptick in staples. Remember, crude prices have gone up sharply overnight, though they may not sustain there. That's why ONGC in focus. But let me just talk about a few stocks which have been doing well in the broader markets. And I want to take a look at how HUTCO is doing this morning. HUTCO, NBCC, Home First. Now, the government has, as one of its first decisions in the cabinet, decided to build 3 crore homes under the Awas Yojana, which is a government scheme that gives housing for the poor. Look at all of those stocks doing very well. HUTCO really on top of that list, 6.5% up on an otherwise flat market day. Block deals are also dominating the narrative today. Honasa, Interglobe, IRB Infra, all 3 of them seeing block deals and stake sales all in the red. IRB Infra taking a knock for a second day in a row. Remember, the floor price of that block deal was 10% discounted to yesterday's close, where it had anyway fallen 9%. So you're seeing that pain point. RVNL is one I want to talk about. In fact, we should look at all of the rail stocks, but we'll just see RVNL for now, 2.5%, 3% up. They are in a joint venture with Siemens. They've got a deal from Bangalore Metro, and that's causing some excitement on RVNL. Poonawalla FinCorp, they have a management change, but their former MD and CEO, Abhay Bhutada, is selling about 76 lakh shares, so 3% up on Poonawalla FinCorp. Vodafone Idea is one to look at. They have a fundraise plan. In fact, their plan is to give vendors who they owe money, equity, or convertible debt in lieu of what they owe. Very simply put, that stock flat, and at least in the positive after seeing a negative view in the pre-open session. So these are just some of the ones that I spotted, Neeraj. But overall, I would say that after all of that excitement and frenzy, markets taking a bit of a pause.
Much ado about nothing, but not really.